What's going on, Dark Magical community, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we are taking it back to March 9th, 2014, looking at the deck I got my first ever Regionals invite with. What's going on, guys? It's Mike from Dark Magical Gaming, and welcome back to the channel. So, as you saw in the beginning, we are going to be going back to March 9th, 2014, looking at my Harpie deck list that I managed to get. I think it was maybe 30-some place at a Charlotte Regional in 2014, getting my first ever invite. So, that was definitely a milestone in my Yu-Gi-Oh! Career. I felt like I was just so much better of a player by that, looking back now. That was a very minuscule accomplishment, but it meant a lot at the time. So we're going to look at my Harpie deck list from 2014, and we're going to see what I played and why I played it. But before we get started, as always, make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe. It motivates me to make more videos like this. Do you guys know how hard it is to watch myself from this long ago, how cringy and how just disturbing these videos are to me? You have no idea. So it motivates me to make more videos like this, more Yu-Gi-Oh! Journey videos, more hero content, more Dark Magician content, and we all know that you guys want to see more stuff like that. So make sure that you click that button, turn the bell on, and like, share, comment, all that good stuff. So now that we got that out of the way, we're going to jump into my Charlotte Regional deck profile, Harpies, from March 9th, 2014.
Alright, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy, TYP336 here. Sitting down here with my teammate, Michael Boy. Mike, what's good, man?
Just taking it easy, man.
We just got back from the Charlotte Regionals last weekend. Mike, how'd you end up doing?
I got top 48, I got 40 seconds.
42nd. Okay, alright, well, that's still in there. I feel like I've calmed down some. Like, I feel like I've gotten this bad attitude, over this bad attitude phase. So.
What all matches do you have out through the day?
Okay, hold on. I actually want to see if I can remember this. Round 1, I played against Dragon Ruler because we actually had to play against a friend. Round 2, I think I played against Spellbooks. Oh, gosh. I just remember the last round I played against... Was it Geargia? Was Geargia out then? Oh no, I guess we'll find out. I guess my memory's not as good as I thought it was.
Round 1 I played against Black Wings. It wasn't very hard.
No, it was Black Wings. I mean, I said Dragon Ruler, it was Black Wings.
That was the I can't remember all of them. Round 2 I played against Six Samurai. OCK'd him twice. Round 3? I think it was round 3 I lost to Mermails. I can't remember.
Yeah, I actually remember. I actually remember losing to Mermail because... There was this thing where, like, obviously, like, if you've been watching the series, I talk about how I thought I knew everything about the game, but in reality, I knew nothing. How I argued with a player and argued with a judge about how I could still banish something in the graveyard for a cost, even though I was under Dweller. Even though, obviously, that's incorrect, because Dweller says it can't be activated. They're not negated. And then something happened, the time ended up, it took so much time, they didn't give us an extension, and he just killed me. So, shouts to me for making a big deal out of nothing.
I played against Gladiator Beast, maybe?
Yeah,
but my 3 losses were to Mermail, Fire Fist, and Geargia.
Gotcha.
Geargia was the last round.
Honestly, can't remember.
I remember because the guy made Exciton Knight with his last 2 cards, and I warninged the Exciton Knight. And then it was completely open game state. Neither one of us had anything. I drew for turn. I drew Magical Hats, because you'll see it in here. So I set that and passed. And I think the guy drew Geargia Arsenal, which was enough to push for game.
Everything I played against. It was really, really rogue stuff. I think, actually, round 3 I played a mirror match.
Right.
That's a crazy mirror match.
There was a mirror match. And I remember that because Harpie's Hunting Ground is whenever a Harpie summoned. It doesn't have to be your own. Oh, excuse me. So Hunting Ground goes off both players' summons, so you're just popping each other's back row. I do remember that.
Let's get into the deck profile.
Okay. This is Harpies, by the way. Okay, so 2 F-Lady ones. Opted to play 2 instead of what most people do is play 1, just because I play Tempest. So that little, if you have 2 of these on board, the little 600 can really mount up after time.
How do you feel about people who play the 1 and then 2 Cypher Harpie?
It works. I mean, you can do either way. I just prefer this because I like making the Tempest bigger, and it makes it for more FTK or OTK potential.
Gotcha.
This is all I'm seeing as I look at myself. I just see Buddy Holly. If you guys don't know who that is, I guess it's because I'm old, but I like old school stuff. But that's just what's on my mind right now.
Scared of Big Daddy through the day at all? Or?
I was more scared of Closed Forest more than anything. If you draw this guy, it sucks. It's like auto lose.
Did this just cut?
It's really good for just
Something must have happened in that video.
Yeah. Tempest is basically a second one of him. That's all.
I remember that I got this Harpie's Pet Dragon. This is the secret rare one from the video game. I got it before the last round, and I didn't realize it was like almost creased. So it almost made it where it floated through the deck, and I opened it both those games against that Gear Gear guy. And then after I got home, I looked at it, and it was damaged, and I was just like, wow.
It's pretty much always live. Pretty much every game I won because of this guy.
Tempest was really good that day. This was during the time period where Lavavel Chain was still legal, so like using 2 Harpies to send Tempest from deck to grave was really good.
I wanted to play this guy. I could not figure out what to take out, so I just made it 41. And it was a very good decision. I wouldn't change it. I played 1 Cyber Harpie Lady, just as the first turn beat stick. Nope. 1 TQ.
Alright, so attack 12.
Yeah, Zephyros was really good too, because you could activate like your Hysteric Sign, search Elegant, and then like Lavavel Chain, dump Zephyros, add it back to your hand. So that was pretty cool too. This is actually, I guess I'm so blinded by nostalgia from this one, I'm actually not really roasting it, because everything so far for a Harpie deck from 2014 actually looks pretty good. Probably shouldn't have played the Thunder King. That was probably an additional normal summon I didn't need. Also, I don't know where this cut out, but we didn't talk about Dancer, and we didn't talk about Channelier. So I don't know what happened with this, but there were 3 Dancer and 3 Channelier. I don't know what happened. But those were absolutely in the deck.
Put him to defense.
Hunting ground.
Parrot effect goes
They
off.
cry.
fucking broken.
3 sign.
Yeah.
Really broken.
This card is still good, even like nowadays.
People like you activate Hunting Ground set 1. They're like, what? Why are you setting before you summon? You pop this off, and you get 3 Thean phase.
Yeah, very good.
It's pretty ridiculous. Dark Hole, Book, Egotist with a 3/1 I was up late. I didn't have lenses, so I played Dress.
How'd that work out for you?
I only used it 1 time. I cited it out almost every game. If I had it to go over with,
Trying to remember, like, I feel like I probably didn't even need Lance because of Hunting Ground. Like, this deck had back row removal built into it, so I don't even feel like I needed Lance, and I definitely wouldn't have played this Dress at all.
I definitely played these over it. This is so you can
Swallows?
like normal summon Chandelier, pop a card off, Swallows Nest into Dancer, bounce back, so you just pop 3. Or you can do it like, it's basically transmodify. Transmodify is Zephyros into Chandelier, Dancer, anything.
Set 2.
Traps.
I still have this Alice in Wonderland playmat too in my drawer of playmats.
Bottomless, Warning, Pulse, and Magical Hats.
Magical Hats! I can't even roast myself because of how like nostalgic that card was. And I'm also fairly certain I either main decked or side decked Breakthrough Skill, because that was what was so good about Magical Hats, was you could set Hysteric Sign and set Breakthrough Skill. There'd be the chance your monster would live, but during the end phase you'd get a search for 3, and you'd have Breakthrough Skill to be able to negate something. So it actually really made sense. I wouldn't play it in Harpies nowadays, obviously, but back then it actually made a lot of sense.
This is the biggest troll card there's ever been. It's always a plus. If you get this off and you set Sign Egotist, it's always a plus. And this gets under...
Okay, I set Egotist too, apparently.
Just place it.
Phase, I'll activate Reckless.
Double Icarus, just too good. Double Divine Wrath. I opted to play that over Wind Blast because it's a counter trap and it negates. It's just too good.
How many times you end up using it throughout the
Now
night?
I can.
I used it at least once every game. Sometimes I would side 1 out, but I always have at least 1 in because I generally draw it with Sign.
Dragon.
Divine Wrath, pitch Hysteric Sign. It's kind of spicy.
2 party. I've never been a fan of 3. I feel like it clogs.
Party was insane. Party was so good.
Double mistake.
It's good. If I had him, I probably would have done it. Because you can always pop it yourself if you want to search. But if I had the mistakes, I definitely would have done it. I played 3 Fetus Chains. Just kind of play it, yeah. Alright.
His effect went off with Draco.
Maybe I didn't play Breakthrough Skill. Did I side deck Breakthrough Skill?
Because he changed
Extra 2
off of the
Chidori.
tribute effect, so if
I think I
this,
made it
this
one
happens
time.
to hand
He actually did not make
you'll
it as often as
tribute
you
a token.
think.
If you have a full
Diamond
board,
Dyer never made it.
tribute a token.
Whole Chain made it every game.
Yeah, Lavalval Chain was so good that day.
Play around that just there.
Played Double Dweller because I didn't like Mermel. I wound up losing to it anyway.
Still lost to
I just
Mermel.
played around
Oh
it.
my gosh. Plays Double Dweller. Still loses to Mermel.
Dijon, went into her one time and I got a OTK because of it. Cowboy won me several matches. Phantasmal never summoned it. Ice Beast summoned it almost every game. Too good. Done that against Fire Fist, they just cried. They just cried.
18.
The guy had like Goyoko, Tinky, Tinson, another Goyoko. So I done Ice Beast, negated all those, then Icarus, which is one of the Goyoku things he had targeted, then blew up 2, then attacked for like 3,600. This was Draco Sack.
2 18s and
It's okay. But
Yeah, that got borrowed. That was borrowed.
yeah.
Yeah, I borrowed Draco's Sack.
Went into it one time during the mirror to get over Mace Stroke.
Draco's Sack was so good.
Mace Stroke.
Master of Blades.
Big guy, Master of Blades.
Master of Blades. He came up all day that day.
This guy's so much better now. If you go this guy, like first turn, you don't have to worry about Honor Arc. You have to worry about Big Eye,
Bear.
Spook.
anything like that. I think he's great. I went into
I
him
won
one time
every
in Draco
match.
Sack.
Dude, this deck's silly, isn't it?
And, I'm
Remember,
going to the
and
side.
magic planners and all that other crap.
2 Encore. I didn't really
Yeah,
side him in one time. But,
Evil Swarm was like such a rough matchup for me. I think that's why I
it helped me
played
out a
these.
lot when I did.
Man, this deck is so
Shared
good.
Ride.
So good.
Decided to send against Spellbooks and
I don't think
Bujins,
they
and I
allow
won
me to
because of
proxy
it.
in the tournament.
I sided
They
against the
know that I
Spellbook
can't
guy
play this deck.
because apparently he thought he could beat me that turn. He didn't because I had Icarus set. And yeah, I plus like.
Shout outs to Icarus team.
let's go
3 MSTs.
Enough of this.
I never really
So
sided them
many
against
games.
anything.
Enough of this.
I'm sorry.
D-Fissure, siding against Water. Heroes roll number 2, sided this against freaking Fire Fist.
Wow.
What does this card do? Heroes Rule number 2? Hold on, guys. I remember this card, but I don't remember this card. You know what I'm saying? So it's a counter trap. Negate the activation of a spell trap or affect monster's effect that targets a card in the graveyard and destroy it. Okay. I mean, I can dig it.
This is negate the activation of a spell trap.
Oh,
Effect
okay. I'm going to explain it. Sorry.
monster's effect that targets a card in the graveyard and destroys it. So Wolfbark, Gundy, Call the Haunted.
Heroes Rule number 2. Oh my god. I actually remember flipping that on people, and every person had to read it. Now I have to read it. Oh my gosh. That is so funny. Why did I side deck D-Fissure? This is another one where the main deck actually made sense, but like some of these reasonings in this side deck, man, I don't understand.
Stuff like that. Blizzard. Anything. Macro. Just,
Why did I play these? You need sign to go to the great. I mean, I guess you can hunting ground pop them, but that's still not good.
standard hate.
Standard
I didn't really
hate.
know what to side against stuff like Bujins and stuff. I didn't want to waste spaces on like light mirrors and stuff.
Right.
So I just sided
So I didn't want to waste spaces on like light mirrors and stuff. So I proceeded to waste spaces on stuff like Macro and D-Fissure.
4 generic hate cards.
What?
2 Mirror Force, 2 Deep Press. I ended up Soul Drain.
Yeah.
That Soul Drain.
I don't remember. I guess it was something else. I must have. Maybe I didn't. Maybe Breakthrough Skill wasn't out at this point. I don't know. But I do remember that eventually there came a time where I would Magical Hats into Breakthrough Skill.
It really helps a lot. Because you can like Soul Drain, then do Mirror Force, and they can't use hair to stop it. So it worked out pretty good. I really like this side. If I had to do over again, I probably would have sided Rolling Lockbirds. Or Mistake, but I didn't have Mistake.
To be honest,
But
How was
if
you
you
doing about
tighten
that
these
meta
screws,
up
it isn't going to do
the
anything
meta,
because
it was really diverse. Like, I was at top tables most of the day, and there were hardly any of the same decks there. There were like,
I think my idea of top tables then and top tables now were different. Back then, my idea of top table was probably table 400 and higher instead of table 1 through like 15.
Gear Gia, Fire Fist, a couple of random 6 Sam decks. It was just really versatile. I really liked that, seeing that in the game, as some hasn't been there in a while.
The screws are there for
Everybody.
Hey, think about Nationals years. This will be the biggest group we've ever had go to Nationals before. For our team.
You talking about knobs over there?
I'm excited for it. I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go, but I'd sure like to go. Just to say I've been to Nationals, but I was super stoked about just getting
ever
my
since I
top.
started
That
power,
was a really big
doing
accomplishment
this,
for me.
it helps me because
Mike,
you know
thank you for taking good job on getting the beat right.
Thank you.
I'll get the mats and YouTube is CYP 326 sign out.
Well, that one actually wasn't quite as bad as I really thought that it would be, truthfully. Obviously, there were... Oh, hold on. We're going on autoplay. Sorry. Obviously, there were things that could very much so be improved upon in the side deck. A couple things in the main deck, but as I progress in these, like going up to 2014, I can definitely see myself getting like better in small steps. And I do feel like even nowadays I'm still seeing that in myself getting better a little bit at a time. But man, those first ones, like, those are awful. Those first ones are awful. But this one's not quite so bad. So I'm going to try to dive back in on the next episode and maybe find one of those really early deck profiles again. I guess I technically should have went in order on these all the way from like 2010 up until like very recently. But we'll keep things, we'll change it up every time. We'll just keep doing what we're doing. So hope that you guys enjoyed this video and seeing my evolution as a player. This was actually one that I managed to watch all the way through and not just sit here and cringe the entire time. So hope that you guys enjoyed it. So once again, before we peace out for the evening, make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe if you like the content and you want to see more of these. It means a lot to me. It really does, guys. So thank you all for watching. This is Mike from Dark Magical Gaming signing out until the next one. Take care, everyone.